Hey, this is Philip from Stevenson Motor Co, and on today's episode we're going to show you how to adjust your e-brake on a classic Mini. The way that the emergency brake works is that it's a mechanical connection between the handle and the rear brakes. Through a series of cables, when you pull on the handle, it pulls the shoes apart against the drum, and that's what stops the car. So what we're going to be doing when we adjust it is we're essentially taking out the slack in the system so that when you pull the emergency brake, it's immediately connected to the rear brakes and stopping the car. The first step for adjusting the e-brake is to make sure that the rear brake adjusters are set correctly. In order to do that, we need to take the e-brake off, we'll lift the back of the car up, and then we'll adjust the rear brakes. If you don't know how to do this, we've got a video on it, links in the description. That feels about right. Now we can go back in the car. We're leaving the rear of the car in the air so that as we adjust the e-brake, we can go and verify that both the rear wheels are stopping. The adjuster for the e-brake is on the back side over here underneath the carpet. Now it is possible to get a wrench in there to adjust it. However, it can be a little cumbersome with the carpet in the way. So for ease of access and also for ease of showing everyone exactly how you do it, we're going to be taking out the carpets as well as the front seats and the seatbelt buckles.
You're rich, dude.
Ooh! What is this?
The dime.
No, it's not.
How many yen is it?
1.
With everything removed, now we can really see what we're working with in detail. You'll notice that the adjuster is right here where attached to the cable. Now on these later cars, there's a single cable. On the earlier cars, there's actually 2 cables with 2 separate adjusters. The way they work is exactly the same. On the early cars, you need to adjust one side and then the other side. On these later cars, you're just doing the single adjustment, but it works the exact same way. What we're going to be doing in order to make the adjustment is that we have to first loosen the lock nut here. And using 2 wrenches, you're going to grab the adjuster on one and then the lock nut on the other, loosen it off, and now we can begin the adjustment. The way it works is we're simply tightening up the adjuster here and then testing the e-brake function. You can continue to tighten the adjuster and test the e-brake until it feels about right. Now, what we're going for is to remove all the slack from the system so that when the e-brake is down, the wheel is still able to move, but with about 2 clicks, the wheel is fully locked up. So continue to make the adjustment until you get to about that point. So when we're tightening the adjuster here, we're spinning it this direction because it rotates on the e-brake assembly right here, and the cable is attached to this threaded portion. So in order to pull the cable towards the adjuster, we need to tighten it like this. And you'll see this distance becomes shorter as I tighten it. So as I'm adjusting the adjuster, you can feel the tension starting to build. Now we're at about 3 clicks. Every once in a while, I'll just make sure the e-brake is fully off, and then I'll check the wheel, make sure it's still free spinning when it's off, which it is. So we can continue to tighten these up. It's about 2 clicks there. Tightening on its 3rd one. So I've got the adjuster to the point now where it's about 2 solid clicks, and I could maybe get it to a 3rd one if I really yank on it, but that's pretty good. And with it at 2 clicks, if I reach around to the wheel here, the wheel is fully solid. However, with the e-brake off, the wheel is still able to spin. So I'm really happy with that adjustment. With that dialed in, what I'll do is I'll bring up the lock nut and using the 2 wrenches again, lock it down. and that's your adjustment set. From here you can pretty much put the carpets back in and go for a test drive. So we've got the car parked on an angle here with the e-brake on, and we can test whether it'll roll away or not. Puts off the brake. Off the brake. Nice. Feel a little better than before, I guess.
Oh yeah, wouldn't do that before. And now for the next test.
And that's it. With the official test, we know it's good. Hope you enjoyed our videos. If you do, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.